This video was sent to me over a year ago. For legal reasons I was unable to upload it. In retrospect I wish I had, for reasons I'll explain later. Meanwhile, let me introduce you to Alan Norman, who is about to encounter City of London police officers PC Minothy behind the camera, his sidekick PC Laurie, and the indifferent Sergeant Ford, all of whom give credence to the argument as to why we need less police on our streets and not more.
Mate, I won't be answering any questions today, okay?
Well, we're asking questions anyway, bud.
Is everything alright? I won't be answering any questions, I'm fine.
Okay, let's put it this way.
Put it any way you like.
You've been giving us evils as you walk past our van. You've got into Boots.
Yeah.
You're feeling about with a lot of stuff and coming out again.
I don't know what you're talking about evils.
Why are you being so cagey?
Am I obliged to answer your questions?
Well, you are at the moment.
I'm not.
Sir,
am I being detained?
Just quickly, I'll start again.
Let's start again.
Can I ask again what was said? You're a bit angry what's it called? We offended you or something?
The reality is I'm not obliged to answer your question.
Okay.
Right.
The fact is you're very cagey right from the start, mate. And
listen,
the fact that
don't give me a police nonsense.
All right, okay.
Cagey. What grounds can I...
Well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah? What power and authority are you acting under at this time?
I'm going to search you on the Section 1 of PACE.
What are your grounds? Hold on.
Buddy.
I've told you, listen to me.
On what grounds?
Okay.
Listen.
You tell me what grounds.
Okay.
If you
tell me what grounds.
Listen to me.
I'm listening.
All right, I'm going to search you
are
on the Section 1 of
depriving me of my
PACE.
liberty and freedom. Article 5 of the European Convention of Human Rights.
We're going to handcuff you for a minute.
For what reason?
Right.
Hey, what grounds?
Give me a second.
What grounds?
Just give us a second.
I want grounds.
Listen, we'll explain all that in a second. So at this moment of time, you've got
Hey,
listen,
relax.
Listen,
you relax. You relax.
Sir, just listen to me.
Yeah,
right?
I'm listening.
Okay. So at this moment, you've been detained for the purpose of search.
On what grounds?
And that's what we're going to
If you give me a chance, I'll explain it.
So
you should have explained it before you did this.
Let me get a word in edgeways and I'll explain it.
Without grounds.
Okay, just bear with us, because we want to explain that to you.
Right.
So let my colleague explain what he needs to explain.
Okay.
However, it's really important that you don't interrupt him and let him finish what he's
I'm going to let him
say, okay?
finish.
But one thing I just want to add is at this moment in time, you're obviously detained. Well, explain why you're detained.
You should have done that before. No. Human rights, it's very clear.
Can I explain something to you? We're entitled and able to say you are detained for the purpose of search.
Under what
which is
grounds?
what we've done, and that's what we're about to explain.
Okay, tell me.
Okay.
Don't use any cagey nonsense.
I'm not going to say cagey.
I will remind you.
Be quiet for a minute. I'll explain it.
And obviously we've used force temporarily due to your demeanour. And you've got handcuffs on you, okay? Until the search is completed,
right? Well, I don't consent.
You're free to leave.
I do not consent.
Okay, I appreciate that.
To any searches or seizures.
Doesn't matter about consent.
Oh, it does. Because you have no grounds here.
Unfortunately, you don't have to. Okay. Right.
Thank you.
My colleagues to explain everything.
Right. Are you filming this?
Yes.
Right. Well, I'll be doing an accessory.
I completely understand. And you're entitled to do that.
I will do that.
But as I say, my colleagues will explain everything you need to know.
Okay, explain it.
All right.
Right, explain it.
So, we've seen you come past the van, as I said.
Right, thank you. I'm coming down the road, minding my business.
Yeah, listen, let me explain.
Yeah.
Giving us evils, you're going to the shop.
What's evils, anyway?
Right, listen.
Can you go to the CPS with I was giving him evils?
You can, actually.
Can you?
Yeah.
And what would that amount to?
Do you want to let me explain the grounds then?
Carry on.
Okay. You go into the shop, you see him fiddling around.
Fiddling around?
Yeah.
I went in there for to do my business.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you from my point of view, fella.
I don't want your point of view unless it adds up to grounds.
My point of view is very, very important.
Gives you the authority to detain me.
Yeah. Can I explain something? Okay.
You seem to be the sensible one here.
We're both very sensible.
Okay.
My colleague is
you don't need to hold me.
Right?
You don't need to do that.
So first of all, do you mind if I grab a first name from you?
Like I said, I won't be providing any details.
Right.
There is no search outside Schedule 7 of the Terrorism Act that gives me the authority, or you the authority, to ask me
Listen,
give
you're asking a lot of questions. I'm trying my best to answer them.
Okay. You've got nothing else better to do over there but scratch yourselves.
Right, listen. If we reasonably suspect somebody is committing an offence or anything in relation to certain
reasonable grounds,
listen, then we have the ability
to suspicion that something exists or not is no more than a fanciful idle wandering as to whether it exists or not. It's an absolute physical feeling of anticipation or mistrust that adds up to no more than a partial
the fact you're not letting us get a word in edgeways means you've got something to hide.
Fact, intelligence and or information that's relative to something. It must be that the person to whom you are searching is in possession and not merely been profiled as a person who looks like a
explain everything to
Lord
you.
Parker.
I'm going to explain everything to you. If you want to talk over me, that's entirely up to you, okay? Because we're now at the point, I need to give you the grounds while we're searching you. If you're going to talk over me, I'm going to continue.
I'm going to keep still now.
I'm going to continue to talk,
thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
So as my colleague trying to explain to you, we have detained for the purpose of search. The grounds are in which, when you've walked down this road, you have been eyeballing our vehicle, you've been staring at us, and in our opinion, you seem to be paying a lot of attention to police.
Sir, your opinion doesn't... can you send your opinion
like I said,
to
I'm
the
going to continue
CPS?
talking. When you've gone into the shop, again, you've appeared to be very... You're sort of wandering around, and almost as if you're potentially up to no good.
I was putting this on.
And that's fair enough.
Walked in without
that's fair enough. I'm talking about our perception.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So that's one of the grounds why we've stopped you.
You don't have grounds.
You've come out after looking slightly suspicious, and we've perhaps thought, are you shoplifting? We're not sure.
Feelings and thoughts.
Again, our suspicions are up here.
Yeah.
We've come and spoke to you.
Suspicion
You've been very anti-police. You're not willing to engage.
No, what I've done is I've exercised my absolute right.
You don't want to give any names.
My absolute right. I am not obliged to give you any details under any search power outside Schedule 7 of the Terrorism Act.
Quite simply to see if you've got anything on you that might be to do with shoplifting,
so we've got feelings,
stealing,
and
or
just
if
let's have a look.
with you to commit a theft, all right? So this is PC 360
Okay, listen, so you don't have to hold that hard. You don't have to do it.
Because of your mannerism.
Right, just relax.
I'm relaxed.
My mannerism. This is an unlawful detention by Section 5 of the Human Rights Act.
Of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act.
You've got no grounds. You have no grounds.
But you're trying to argue,
gave me your feelings.
I'm going to reiterate you're detained. All right?
You gave me your feelings, that's all.
So can I speak to one of you a minute?
Yeah.
You gave me your feelings and that was all. Who's the OIC here? Wait, are you the OIC? Are you the OIC here?
Can you hold that?
Sergeant, thank you. Maybe get some reason here. Sir, I'm being detained without grounds. And I'm being searched without grounds, except his feelings and his thoughts. And by the Human Rights Act, Section 5, this is an unlawful detention.
Have the officers given you the details of why?
They gave me their grounds. He gave me his feelings and he gave me his thoughts. I didn't give any grounds.
I didn't say that. So have the officers give you the grounds?
No.
We have given grounds.
He gave me his feelings.
Listen, I'm going to do you a little favour. It's all on body worn anyway.
Right, good. I'll be getting that access information request.
Listen, maybe if you ask the officers to repeat them, he'll repeat them for you.
Okay, well, let's have it in. Can you repeat it before you carry on?
Can I put this back in your pocket first?
Because,
sir, I am being detained unlawfully. My human right is being contravened here. Okay. Section 5. Not section, Article 5.
Article 5,
yeah. Okay, Article.
I understand all of what you're saying. You know, but let the officer explain again.
Okay, are you listening?
I'm listening.
Sergeant, because I'm relying on you to be impartial here.
I'm listening.
Right, fine. Can you give me your...
Can I put these back in your pocket first?
You can do. It's up to you.
Right.
Access information request, Sergeant. I will be requesting that.
Fine,
and I want a search form.
Listen.
On it says I'm not obliged to give any details. He asked me for details. Okay, lady, you can relax, okay? You can relax. I'm not running anywhere. I'm an old fart. There's about how many of you? You can relax. You can relax.
I am relaxed.
No, you are not. Anyone filming this?
We're filming it, don't worry.
Okay, what was that, Sergeant? Am I being kidnapped?
My exact words were...
Sorry, can I just get past there?
Am I being kidnapped?
Stand back and... because there's enough here.
Okay, all right, okay,
relax.
All right. I'm relaxing.
You're not being kidnapped, that's your words.
Right, no.
You're being searched, I didn't hear the grounds.
No, can you give him the grounds?
I have said...
He hasn't got on.
Are you going to listen to me?
While you're shouting at me, I can't hear a thing. So maybe let him repeat his grounds.
What? Can you repeat them?
Yes, we've seen you...
Let him say the whole thing and don't interfere.
I'll say nothing.
Okay.
We've seen you looking at the van. We've seen you looking at the filthy looks you've been given the van.
You're not listening, are you? You're talking
right,
to me.
Okay, all right, okay.
You've appeared to be concealing yourself in the shop whilst you appear to be filling about with things, okay? We've come over to have a chat with you, and straight away you've been very, very anti, trying to get a word, not letting us get a word in edgeways. You're extremely nervous. Your breathing rate's up there. Okay? We think we've got something to hide.
Right.
Okay, we suspect you might have been involved in something in the shop, and therefore we'll search you on the Section 1 page for any stolen items.
Right,
okay?
So, I was fiddling around in the shop, and I am nervous. I am neither excitable nor am I highly strung. There is no grounds here at all, none.
The officer's given them.
Right.
His belief.
They're not grounds. Well, where are the facts?
There are the facts.
No, they ain't. He just said he's feeling from what he saw.
It's not feelings, that's what he's seen.
Can we go in?
He just said what he's seen.
What have I got then?
I don't know that. We don't know until we search.
He just gave you grounds.
Right, okay.
What are they?
Can I take his cuffs off now?
You can do.
Okay.
You should have taken them off 5 minutes ago.
Well, not while you're behaving the way you are.
Listen, sir, I am being denied my liberty and freedom, my right to locomotion, because this lot have had a little feeling in their tummy that something went on. For the record, I will not be providing any details.
Okay, well, you haven't got to. No one's asked you to.
He did, and he did.
They've asked you for them, and you've refused them, and that's fine.
Well, why would they ask me when it's going to say on your ticket that you're going to give me that I'm not obliged to?
Well, we can't give you anything because we don't know who to give it to.
You just searched me. You just detained me. I want a slip.
Listen. Bishopsgate Police Station, which is where we're from. You can go to Bishopsgate Police, and there will be a record made of it, and you can collect a copy of it. Right. However, we can't. You're not giving us any details, so we can't send you anything, can we?
No, sir. It says on the slip. I'm not obliged to provide any details.
Not. But if you want us to give you some details of it, we can't give them to you. We can't do it right now.
Right.
Listen. So you can come to the police station, give us a day or so to get them all on the system, then you can come and collect a copy.
Sure.
You can say the date, time, place.
Right.
Constable Minnerby.
Right, I've got his number, and you. And you. I've got it, don't worry, I've got a photographic memory. And you.
Huh? These your phones,
They are, sir, thank you.
That's it. Okay, so the search has been done, it's negative, so obviously you didn't take anything.
Right, where's my slip?
Right, listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right, we don't give a slip out. There isn't a slip to give.
Honestly, it's all done on the phone now.
It's all done on the phone.
Listen.
So listen, we can email it to you.
No.
If you don't want to give your details, that's your right. Of course it is. So, I'm telling you, Bishopsgate Police Station, my colleague will give you the address.
I'm taking your details, you're the OIC here.
Well, I'm the sergeant, I'm not OIC. I've not had anything to do with this search as such, because I wasn't here for when the grounds were given. It's repeated. I've come over because you seem quite insightful, and I just wanted to see
so let's not, let's not start splitting hairs with terms. I know them.
You're not going to
I pay close attention to all your codes of practice. I know.
Good, okay, well, you haven't repeated any of them yet. So
haven't I? Well, what one do you want to know? Section 1?
Yeah.
Stolen or prohibited articles, 1984, revised in 2015. But you have to have grounds. You have to have known.
The officer gave you
grounds. He gave me his feelings. And he gave me grounds.
What are grounds based on?
Facts, information, intelligence.
What he has seen.
It's not what he's seen.
What did you see?
Well, what did he see?
I told you what I saw.
Oh, you're talking nonsense. All right, listen, am I being detained?
No, you can.
You're free to go. See you later.
Thank you. I've been detained. Excuse me, please. Right, no nonsense.
All right, okay, well, again, this is...
Yeah, thank you anyway.
Just confirm nothing's actually been taken since
all right, it's all right. Information access request. I'll be taking civil action against you and you.
All right.
I'm not going to examine all the various abuses in detail, as they're typical of our bullish police and have been covered countless times in other videos, but I do want to comment on a few of the utterances made by the officers involved.
Can I ask again, what was said? A bit anti or offended you or something?
Stopping people on the street under suspicion of something they haven't done is offensive, even more so when the suspicion the officers acting upon is clearly unreasonable. This is something the police refuse to accept, as they equate anyone who attempts to uphold their rights or protect themselves from abusive authority as being anti-police.
So, we've seen you come past the van, as I said.
Right, thank you. I'm coming down the road, minding my business.
Yeah, listen, let me explain.
Yeah.
Giving us evils, you're going to the shop.
What's evils anyway?
Right, listen.
Can you go to the CPS with I was giving him evils?
You can actually.
Can you?
There is no offence against looking at the police in a funny way outside of BBC sketch shows.
Some of these cases are just plain stupid. Looking at me in a funny way.
If you need to be told this, then you should be back in preschool, not marching around the streets brandishing a warrant card.
We have detained for the purpose of search. The grounds are in which, when you've walked down this road, you have been eyeballing our vehicle, you've been staring at us, and in our opinion, you seem to be paying a lot of attention to police. Okay?
If you don't want people to notice you, then why are you wearing high-vis green?
We've come over to have a chat with you, and straight away you've been very, very anti, trying to get a word, not letting us get a word in edgeways. You're extremely nervous. Your breathing rate's up there. Okay. We think we've got something to hide.
That last statement is the only true statement the police make in this video. We think we've got something to hide. We think you've got something to hide as well. Your own stupidity, which you're doing a very poor job of concealing. Why the police are so ignorant of basic laws they use every day is a question that's never been answered. Their understanding of the law is no better than the sort of urban myths that are bandied about on internet forums. Furthermore, these officers prove that recruitment and training is so substandard that ego-fueled narcissists have no problem joining the police and staying there.
Let him say the whole thing and don't interfere.
I'll say nothing.
Okay.
We've seen you looking at the van. We've seen you looking at the filthy looks you've been given the van.
You're not listening, are you? You're talking
right,
to me.
okay, all right, okay.
If anyone isn't listening, it's Sergeant Ford, who sided with his colleagues by default. Had he bothered to listen instead of stepping back and looking the other way, he would have heard that PC Minivy's grounds for search, which he's now conveniently adapted, are completely bogus. This sergeant could have stepped in, prevented the assault and spared City of London Police the ridicule on social media they so richly deserve. Instead, his whole purpose of being there seems to be to demonstrate to his colleagues that he'll back them up no matter how recklessly or vindictively they behave.
Well, what did he see?
I told you what I saw.
Oh, you're talking nonsense. All right, listen, am I being detained?
No, you can. You're free to go. See you later.
Thank you. I've been detained. Excuse me, please.
Alan Norman, the victim in all of this, made a complaint against all the officers involved. An inspector dismissed all of the complaints out of hand.
Hey, what grounds?
Give me a second.
What grounds?
Just give us
When I saw this video, I immediately referred the case to Ian Gould. He then issued a claim against City of London Police for false imprisonment, assault and battery. After much toing and froing, City of London finally issued an unreserved apology, admitted liability and agreed to pay Alan Norman £8,500. On behalf of the Commissioner, I accept that on 22nd of June 2022, you should not have been detained or searched by the Commissioner's officers. The officers' grounds for stopping and searching you were not objectively reasonable in the circumstances. I unreservedly apologise to you on behalf of the Commissioner and confirm that the officers involved will be notified of this decision. Yeah, that happened. I trust that this apology will go some way to restoring your trust and confidence in the City of London Police. Sadly, Alan Norman never got to spend a penny of the compensation. He suffered a fatal heart attack before City of London finally paid up. I just wish I'd uploaded this video to this channel sooner. He dealt with these mindless bullies bravely, never backed down and followed through to the end, which makes him a hero in my book. One lesson is clear from all of this. If the police want us to give them the sort of respect they believe they're entitled to just by wearing a uniform, they need to earn it. They need to start applying the law as it's written, not how they want it to be. They need to start admitting to their mistakes, learn how to apologise, but above all else, they need to weed out from their ranks that contingent of officers that use the public as target practice for the powers they so readily abuse. Finally, you may have noticed, you may have not, that I've been absent from this channel and my own website for more than a year. The reason being is that I've committed myself totally to the completion of Copper Stopper, a book which I've been working on consistently for over 2.5 years. And it is formidable. Over 340 pages of essential information covering hundreds of different aspects of keeping yourself safe from every kind of law enforcement official and every type of law enforcement abuse you could shake a stick at. It's finally reached the editing stages and is scheduled for release at the end of summer. If you haven't done so already, please put yourself on the reserve list as the first print run is going to be restricted to pre-orders only. Please visit my website for more information and details of how to subscribe. And of course, a massive thank you to everyone who's continued to support me in the past year, despite my absence. Now I can go back to uploading to this channel and my website. I've already prepared a number of videos, so if you unsubscribed or you're not yet a subscriber, please hit that button because believe me, you're not going to want to miss these.